And welcome to my YouTube channel. Jerry Mboweni here, certified life coach and NLP practitioner, drug counselor, author of the book called 11:59:59, an ex-junk last-minute victory, public speaker. That is not sure who I am. And today I'm going to speak how to overcome a serial relapse. I had my notes here. Somehow I have to change the venue. Yeah. How to overcome a serial relapse. Like, so, is somebody, once upon a time, I was doing a coaching session, lecturing at a certain facility, where people are doing recovery. And this particular person asked me this question. Hey, Jerry, how to overcome a serial relapse? And then for me, it was my first time to hear that word, serial relapse. I'm like, what do you mean? They say, a serial relapse, like a serial killer? Say, yeah, someone who relapses over and over and over again. How can we be able to overcome? So, sorry about it. I gave that particular person simple steps how to overcome that serial relapse. And I decided, let me shoot a video just to share with you the people as well, how you can be able to overcome this serial relapse, like relapsing, like over and over and over. Once again, good morning. And today I'm sipping my Herbalife tea. I call them Jim in the bottle. Yummy. I just finished my workout. Normally I do these videos after my workout. I couldn't do it in my outside venue, so I have to come inside because it was a lot of fogs. Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm inside. But I'm enjoying my tea. It's cold here where I am. And let's go straight to what I'm going to speak. So, once again, if you listen until the end of this video, I've got a gift for you. So, listen until the end and claim your gift. For those who claim your gift, thank you very, very much. Right. So, when he asked me, how to overcome this serial relapsing? So, I asked him, I asked this particular girl, it was a girl, not a him, it's a she. Tell me the story of your last relapse. So take me there, maybe 2 days before, 1 day before. And she took me the day before she relapsed. And she said, this particular person has terminal illness. So she go for this treatment. And it's quite daunting in this illness that this particular person have. And she go to this treatment and said that particular day I went to this treatment. I received my treatment and I was very discouraged. I feel anxiety. There was just too much stuff. So remember, I'm an NLP coach. NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Program. We look at the people's body language when they speak and their eyes and their words. And I said to him, stop it. And I said to him, the biggest problem that you suffer is a fear. You suffer from fear. And I said to you, you have learned suffering from fear from your childhood. Okay? And this particular girl nodded, say, yes, you're right. Most of my recovery is just this feeling of anxiety, and I start fear of my future, and I cannot deal with the feelings, and then I go and smoke. I said, great. So we carry on this presentation, and I was talking about childhood trauma. I was talking about, in that lecture, I was talking about one day I was in a rehab center, and someone else was doing the topic. There were about 39 people in the room, including myself. And this guy said, how many of you have experienced somehow a gender-based violence in your home? You have experienced, you have seen it. All of us, 39 of us, put our hands up to say it, including myself. I experienced it. My father used to beat my mother. So I experienced a gender-based violence. And everybody was there. And everybody put their hands up. I just say we experience. I'm like, wow. So there's a huge link of addiction and gender-based violence experience. Even that you are not involved, but if you've seen it, you experience it, there is a huge link. I'm not going to talk about that. So I was telling this group about that story of that particular day. And this guy put his hand up and say, you know what? I experienced the same thing. I experienced a gender-based violence myself when I was young. I said, okay, great. Let me see. She put her hands up and say, I also experienced the same thing. I'm like, okay, great. So I said, so what did it make you feel that time when you experienced this gender-based violence at home? And she said, how you used to be very, very, very scared. I'm just creating I used to be very, very scared. I'm like, okay. I said to her, remember I told you, your problem is fear. So you have learned this from childhood, fear of unknown. And she carried on and said, my father was alcoholic, and we always didn't, and there was this anticipation of bad thing is going to happen when he comes, he's going to beat my mom. So I always grew up in that kind of fear for that. For what is going to happen. And I'm saying, remember what I told you in the beginning of the lecture, that the reason why you relapse, you suffer from fear. So I'm going to give you today how to overcome a serial relapse. Number one, for you to be able to have a successful recovery, number one thing, you're going to have to deal with unsolved issues from your past. Unsolved issue from your past. A childhood trauma. The reason why we feel the need to medicate ourselves, to numb ourselves, because we still experience pain. I'm going to give you another example. I put a note and say to this particular, in my status, I say, what is the source of our bad behavior? And particular person come back and they give you circumstances, and I just say childhood trauma, and the person tell to me, no, what if you did not experience childhood trauma? Then I send the message and I say, what is the meaning of childhood trauma to you? And then the person send me the message, a voice note. In that voice note, I could hear this particular person was very emotional. He said, no, Jen, I didn't experience my childhood trauma at home, but I was big, bold person, and I was bullied, and my friend was almost the older friends because of my body, and those older friends bullied me. But in that voice note, this particular person was very emotional. For me, is the indicate that this particular person, the childhood trauma has not yet healed. And if this particular person was in recovery or was an addict, was it for her or for him easy to go back and want to medicate it to numb the pain? The mere fact you wanted to medicate, the mere fact you are craving for drugs is just because you have not unsolved the issue from your past negative experience. So the first thing you're going to have to do, if you suffer for that, you're going to have to go and deal with the issue that caused you to smoke drugs. This is very, very important. Number two, you're going to have to reflect. How to overcome a serial relapse is to reflect from your past relapse. What was the cause of the events that leads me to stop drugs, to relapse? What are the cause of the event? What has happened that particular day? From the time you wake up to the time you go to take that hit, what was happening? There must be an information to inform you what was the cause. So if you can't get somebody, say, I've been keeping relapse, and I had this guy say that for me to be able to cure this, number one, I must solve my unsolved issue from the past, and number two, I must always reflect it to the last relapse, okay? 2 or 3, what was the event that took me there until I decided? Because remember, we first relapse on our head before we pick the drugs. So what was going in my way? What was the triggers? And you need to understand the triggers are not only people, places, and things. I say triggers are your 5 senses. What are those 5 senses has triggered me, and what I have entertaining the trigger in my thought so that I went to pick. You're gonna have to do that reflection. And the last one for you to overcome serial relapsing is to develop a relapse prevention plan. So once you are dealing with the childhood issue, once you find that issue, and here's the thing, it's not easy. For some people, they don't know. I never used to, I didn't know my child can cause you, my video is telling me something, longer video can cause you or whatever. Okay, anyway. I didn't know that my childhood trauma could cause my addiction. I always used to say I smoke drugs because I've I mixed with the wrong friend and all of those kind of things. Sorry for that. And I didn't know every issue that I need to solve when I was a child. Only when I was doing therapy. Only when I was working on myself. And I started going and deal with this issue one by one. So sometimes it's difficult for you to know. But you need to find somebody. You need to go to someone so that you can do this thing, what you call timeline. And have somebody to work with you through the timeline process so that you can uncover the childhood past experience that you have buried and those things that they comes and later on affect your recovery. And the last part is that, and then you have to reflect it. And the last part is you must now set a relapse prevention plan with somebody. Say, this will be my plan for if this thought or whatever was found in step number 2 of reflecting, that I've reflected all my relapse are caused blah, 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 and this is my plan. And have the plan. Here's the thing, and follow the plan. Majority of us have got the plan, but they don't follow the plan. I mean, I've been coaching somebody recently, and I said to this particular person when he gave me the feedback, and I say, this totally is not the plan that we have planned it together. I don't know if some of you watch soccer. You can see the coach works with a player and give them the plan for them to execute it on the field. And some players, they don't execute the plan. And you will see the coach call them and say, hey, this is the plan. You are not executing the way it's supposed to do. Once you have this relapse prevention plan, you have to execute them in the way that you plan it. So I hope this video has helped you how to overcome a serial relapse. If you have not subscribed, first of all, if you listen this video until now, there is a gift for you. You are welcome to book for a free one-on-one coaching session online, 30 minutes. Book it. My details will be on description box down below. My story will be in description box down below. How I went from being a drug addict and homeless beggar to a certified life coach and NLP practitioner. All details are there. Please, if you have not subscribed, guys, subscribe and hit the notification button. Some people say, I don't see when your video up, because you have not hit that notification button. Hit the notification button and please leave the comment. If you leave the comment, it's giving algorithm on my video. Just say thank you for the video, or I don't appreciate your video, whatever it is. Just leave the comment and share. Thank you very much for always coming back and watching my video. I really appreciate it. God bless. Bye for now. Peace.